All right. Good morning, first grade. I hope everybody is having a great day. I wanted to show you and talk to you this morning about a new routine that we will be doing in reading. And you'll hear me calling it either fluency passage or fluency homework or working on our fluency. And today I want to talk a little bit about what that means, being a fluent reader or reading with fluency, and then explain the process, the routine a little bit, how this is going to work in class. So you're looking at this activity right now, which is of a new fluency passage. Every so many lessons, we get a new fluency passage with our wit and wisdom reading lessons. So it varies. Sometimes it's 4 days or 4 lessons. Sometimes it could be 6 lessons. It's just different. So anytime there's a new fluency, I will send an activity just like this one. And you will be able to find the fluency passages in your wit and wisdom blue workbook. So if you want to pause the video for just a second and go and grab that, that would be great. Okay. All right, excellent. So you have your workbook. If you go in your workbook and open up to page 7A, handout 7A, fluency homework, you will see our first fluency passage. So what you will do is you will practice reading this fluency passage at least once a day. If you practice it more than that, that's awesome. But you will practice reading it at least once a day until it's time to have you record it. So I will send a second seesaw activity letting you know when it's time to make a recording of you reading the fluency passage, and then you'll send it back to me. Okay, so when you're doing that, actually, I will show you the passage here on the screen as well, so it's easier to see. You know, if you want to, you can read to a grown-up some of the times, a sibling, a pet, a stuffed animal, whatever works. And whenever you have practiced for that day, for that time, you can put a little check mark or have your grown-up put their initials right there. If you practice more than once, you can put a second check or have your grown-up or sibling or whoever put a little check mark or initials in the second box. So, you want to be practicing, like I said, at least once a day, but every time you do practice, you can put a little check mark. I would maybe recommend getting like a Post-it note, something like a Post-it note, or even if you have an envelope lying around, or even just a piece of paper that you could put in the spot of the workbook so that each day when you go to practice your fluency, you just have to open up to that page. Just a suggestion, it might make things a little easier for you. Okay, but you'll practice each day, and like I said, have someone initial put a check mark each time you practice. Then, like I said, I will send when it's time to record after at least a week of practice. You'll get a new activity telling you to record yourself reading it. So I just want to show you how you can use Seesaw and how you can use this activity to help you practice your passage. Okay, so here we are over on Seesaw, and what you can do is when you go to, obviously you came here to your activities light bulb and you saw this activity. What you can do is you can just send a blank, you can just send it like you normally do and just do send response. This is me reading it, so if you click on that, you will be able to listen to me reading the passage if you want to read along with me and practice with me. But you can just send this, and then it's going to clear it from your activities feed. But if you want to get back to the recording easily of listening to me read it, you can come over here and click on your name. You can see how this folder lights up. You can tap on the folder, and then you'll see all of our different categories or folders in Seesaw. If you pick the pink one, Fluency, it will bring you back to that activity where you can just click on it, and then there's going to be some interference because it's me reading on the computer, so you probably didn't hear that. But if you tap on the play sign, it will be a recording of me reading so you can follow along, okay? So I just wanted to show you that as an easy way to get back to it once you've sent it. But you'll practice, and are you going to know all of the words right away? Maybe, maybe not, and that's okay. These can be some more challenging passages because they come from the books that we're reading in reading class and not our decodables, so they can be a little bit more challenging. So let's practice reading it together, and then you can go ahead and start your daily practice of it, and I can't wait to hear your reading. Okay, so remember, for this time and this week's worth of practice, we really want to focus on being able to read this without stumbling. So let's see if I'm able to do that. Someone should write a story about your burrows, Anna tells the librarian, rubbing Alpha's nose and feeding more grass to Beto. Why don't you? He asks. Then he packs up the books and is off. Enjoy, he calls to the children. I will be back. All right, so you can listen to that, follow along, and practice. And I can't wait to hear your reading. Let me know if you have any questions. Remember, you're not recording on this activity. I will send you a new activity in like in several days, a week or more, for you to record this passage with a new activity. But you can always go back and listen to me reading it, and just use your workbook each day to follow along and practice your passage. And remember, it might not be perfect for you the first time. It might be challenging. There might be some tricky words. That's why we're going to keep practicing, okay? So keep up the awesome work, and let me know if you need anything, have any questions, and I'll talk to everybody soon.